Today is August 29th. Looking into getting close to the end of the season, but it's going off with a pretty big show, potentially. So let's get into it. So we're looking at, it's peak heating right now, and we're looking towards Kitchener-Waterloo. Storms are trying to develop. On satellite, you see there is Lake Erie, lake breeze, and then you see some convergence here along the Lake Huron shoreline as well. So what's happening is there's a massive cold front, including low, cold front coming through the region, and a massive warm front in northern Ontario. So in our area, we're in the open warm sector, so we're going to get some lake breeze initiated storms, frontal impulse. So that's kind of like what I'm hoping right now. So around the Stratford area is where I'm going to stick for now for essentially daytime thunderstorms, potentially supercells. And there's a line coming through, starting to make its way around Lake Huron. However, I don't want to get on the Lake Huron shoreline and dedicate all my time to this line quite now, because it still has a few hours before it crosses. I'm gonna catch whatever happens in this region today. I guess I can get fancy here and just do a big circle. So that's the target area. Storms should initiate, I'm thinking, from Seaford to St. Mary's, the Stratford region. It's probably initiation imminent, if not occurring behind us. I'm going to take a look behind us shortly. But that's the target area for the potentially a big day on tap. It's probably going to be a tornado outbreak in northern Ontario and Quebec. But for down here, we're looking at some pretty potent storms, damaging winds, whole shebang. I would not discount brief spin up or two in this region today, because it's just, it's the time of the year where you get some tornadoes. So I would not discount that, even though the dynamics are not super supportive of tornadoes in this region. I would not discount it. So here we go. Hopefully we get some nice content later. We're looking at potentially the last few chases of the year. We're going into September next week. September, you get really far apart chases, and then maybe the Ottawa region, Ottawa Valley kind of places is usually where you get some nice setups in this September and October. Thing I wanted to point out is that today I'm expecting explosive development. You can see here, this is what we call a turkey tower. So it goes up, kind of go looks like a turkey with the long neck, and then just fizzles out. So that's pretty textbook turkey tower. So that's kind of like what I'm expecting in this region for today, and then one of them, or maybe a complex of them, will become interesting, hopefully. So what I'm looking at is towards Stratford, hard to see, but back there's a complex of storm going off. That's probably what I'm going to go check out right now and see what I can get from that. But it is quite warm, 32 degrees, 33 degrees, and then dew point is in the 70s. It's a severe storm day, I can tell you that. There's no doubt about that. All right, let's go see what we can find. We're driving towards Stratford now, and there's convective initiation ongoing. You can see there's a line, essentially multicells ongoing. That's what we're heading for. To stop briefly here, we're looking towards Stratford. You can see the line of storms. You definitely have convective initiation, pretty much on schedule. So this storm way back there is the one that's more interesting, more vertically developed. So this is typical multicell development here. You see that a lot during the summer setups. So yeah, so we just wanted to stop. We're in Shakespeare and we're gonna go west, just get a little bit closer to get some of this haze out of the view so we can get a better look at these developing storms here. Right, I'm just outside of Stratford now, and then behind me just have a developing storm heading towards, well, me essentially. You can see it's blocking out the sun, so you know that it's, you know, somewhat developing. Not developing too fast. Try and zoom in. But essentially all around me have developing cumulus field. So we just gotta wait and see what this one does here, because it's definitely the best looking one so far. Just wanted to stop and show you guys what we're working with here. So this is the storm that we were on 5 minutes ago. Essentially we're just north of Stratford. Base is developing on it. Not too sure what it's gonna do, but there's a bunch of storms behind it. The core is right here, and basically we're gonna stay in front of it, keep moving north and see maybe one of these will develop. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is the one we're gonna stick on for now and see what it does. Here's the storm now. We're at Gads Hill, or northwest of it. Storm is fairly outflow dominant, but it's becoming surface based. It looks pretty good actually. The core is consolidated in the middle. I think it's still fighting multicell, you know, like the core over on the right here and on the left. There's some motion happening right here in this region, and it has for a while, so I'm gonna let it develop. It's moving northeast. Not exactly sure what's gonna happen with this one, but it looks a lot better than it did like 10 minutes ago when I last showed it to you. You can see that the motion is increasing here from left to right. That's good to see. So might get a supercell after all. Struggling to go surface based. There's some interesting features, and there's a red barn, so just had to take this. But yeah, it's fairly high based. Just heavy downpours with this, nothing too impressive. Wanted to take a pause here because I'm literally surrounded by storms, and it's hard to pick which one I want to stick with. This is looking east, gorgeous updraft. This is the storm we were on, kind of dead. And there's a bunch of storms like back there. There's another storms. There's a core right here, and looking north, there's a bunch of storm back there, huge core, in the middle of all of them. So it's hard to say. This one looks great, but it's quite elevated. So that's the problem with today. I guess you don't have one storm you're going to go off, and on top of that, you have a big line of storm over Lake Huron right now. So it's a hard, you know, what do we do, essentially? So have to stick around. There's nothing too photogenic to, you know, take pictures or videos of. So just gotta wait to see which storm will dominate over the other. So I'm stuck with all these storms now. So here's the big downburst, I guess, over there. And then the other storms coming up are over there. So here's one of them, and here's the other one. So it's kind of a mess right now. And looking on radar, you can see that it's just storms everywhere, essentially. Some of them have been pretty, some of them not so much. I was hoping more for an organized or something complex to get maybe a nice looking supercell or something, but all of these are not very impressive, nothing much going on. So gonna keep at it for a little bit and then just probably head home. So here's something I guess you could call it a little bit more interesting. Might be misleading, kind of looks like a wall cloud, but it's not.
updated a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Ontario at 7:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Sunday, August 29th, 2021. A severe thunderstorm warning is issued for Guelph, Erin, southern Wellington County. A severe thunderstorm warning is continued for Listowel, Milverton, northern Perth County, Stratford, Mitchell, southern Perth County, Mount Forest, Arthur, northern Wellington.
Pretty much ending this chase here with one last intercept, I guess you can call that. Seemed like there was a bit of some lowering on the storm, so I went and checked it out. It's basically scud, but I have to make sure. Not sure what's happening here. Looks like there was a little bit of ground circulation under this, and might have just been condensation. I don't know. Turned around, it was there. Keep an eye on it. So chase ends here. Just Kitchener-Waterloo, I guess. These storms are moving across the city, and they're pretty nice lightning. So it's time for some lightning photography. We haven't had a lot of good lightning opportunity this year in Ontario, so I'm taking everything I can get. Live to chase another day, I guess. Nice.
I know somewhere on that horizon the sun is gold and the fields are shining. My heart's been looking for a silver lining to come alive. I'm gonna trade that freeway for a two-lane before the crazy drives me insane. Take this moment by the reins, yeah, I think it's time to get her out